back to Kirklees Guitar School. So today we're going to have a look at Dancing in the Moonlight by Thin Lizzy. A full PDF transcription of this is available for free download from the first link in the description. That's our Facebook group. If you join it, you'll be able to see it in the files section. Let's get into it. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with, we're going to bend the 15th fret of the B string. We're then going to bend it up again, bring it down, pull off, and hit the 12. All of that within the first bar. Let me play it for you. So you're going to go. Bend the 15. Bring it down. Bend it again. Bring it down. And before you let go of the 15, you're going to pull off to the 12. So you've got to make sure that that's in position. You're then going to go into the second bar. You're going to bend that. You're going to essentially do the same thing again. So twice through. Moving into the third bar, you're going to bend the 15. You're then going to mute it, bring it back down, and play the 15 by itself. 12 with the index finger. String skip up to the root. And then you're going to hit that 12 on the G. Will actually, I think it hits that 12 again in the next slide. Any opportunity that you've got to put vibrato on any note that you're hanging on for more than a millisecond, please do. Really get that sort of Thin Lizzy-esque kind of vibe. Okay, so pause the video if you need to. If not, we will move on to the second slide. So you see this cheeky little 12? As I said before, after the... you're going to hit that 12 again, and that's what that one is. Okay, so I'm thinking of that 12 as part of the next lick. If you want to get a Sharpie or get a pen, download the PDF and put a fake bar line there, if that would help you, so to help you sort of bolt it all together. Right, so we're going to bend the 14th fret up, so much so that it's going to sound like a 16. We're going to bring it down and then pull off to the 12. See, I'm getting 3 notes there, and I'm only picking it once. So bend up, pull off to the 12. 14. Bend the second 14, back to 12, and then again. There's a lot of 14s and 12s in there. And again, this 14 here, add some vibrato. Moving on, we've got index finger on the 14th fret, on the 12th fret of the D, into 14 on the same string, 12 on the G, and then 14 again on the D. Now, can you hear when I play that? It's got like a little bit of a bounce to it. First 4 notes, 12, 14, 12, 14. Then for the 14 on the G, I'm going to roll the finger over onto the 14th fret of the G. Index finger on the 12, ring finger, 12. Da 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 da. Pause the video if you need to. The next bit is octaves, right? So this is what they're doing. Now, that's achieved by playing the 12th fret and the 15th fret, and then using a little bit of flesh left over on that index finger to mute the B string. So I'm actually playing 3 strings at the same time, but I'm only sounding 2. It's really common in like sort of Foo Fighters and Green Day and that sort of stuff. Obviously that's a lot later in rock history than Thin Lizzy, but it's that kind of idea. Takes a little bit of practice. Now, if this is a lesson in itself and you'd like me to cover it, let me know in the comments. But if you're really struggling with this part, I'm happy for you to just do the notes on the high E string to start with. And then build up to that. Now, I almost think of it like a power chord, but it's extended. So I've got 12 and 15, and for all these I'm using index finger and ring finger, and I'm muting the B string with the leftover flesh on the index finger. So I've got 12 and 15. I then go to 9 and 12. Now I use the markers on the side of my fretboard, they're tiny on this guitar, but you know how you got 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, etc. I'm going from one set of markers to the next set of markers, and that's what they're there for. They're there to help you. And then from there, I'm going to go to 7 and 10. The lower number being on the G string, the higher number being on the high E string. I'm then going to budge it down 2 frets again. And then I'll work my way back up without returning to the first note. Bam, 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 bam. Pause the video if you need to. So the next bit is, it's a recurring lick. It's a recurring kind of bluesy lick that you'll be able to steal and use in your improvisations if you want to. But I think it's all quaver triplets. And I think the best way to think about it is if you look at this first bar, can you see the first note's the bent G string on the 14th fret. And then you're going to play loads of notes, and then just before the end of the bar, can you see how there's that 14 raise its head again? Now and then can you see in the middle of the second bar, it does it again. Now it's a recurring lick that's just the same lick played 4 times. However, it's been crammed into 3 bars. So what I'd like you to do, if you can, we're going to have a look at this lick, but we're going to go all the way up to this 14 here, and we're going to pause, okay? Because all that is between this 14 and this 14 over here, it's exactly the same. And then as we veer into the next slide, it's the same again. So let's go over here and knock this out. So it's all sort of minor pentatonic kind of stuff, okay? With the middle finger, we're going to bend the 14th fret of the G and then immediately go to the 12th fret of the B string. Now that 14th fret is a little bit longer than all the others, okay? Because you need time to bend the note. We're then going to go to the high E string. We're going to pull off with the ring finger to the index finger from the 15th to the 12th. We're then, with the ring finger, going to go to the 15th fret of the B string, and then come back on ourselves to the 12th fret. This is the crux of it, it's coming back on yourself that's difficult. And then we finish the lick by pulling off once again to from the 15 to the 12. But notice how it's got that sort of galloping triplet kind of thing to it. So pause the video now before we look at the rest of it, and just work on that first sort of like 3 beats of the bar, okay? If you feel like you've got that, just sort of skim read the remainder of the tab on this slide, and you'll see it just does the same thing again. If I start from the beginning, I'll play each bit really slowly. Now notice how I didn't get a chance to finish the phrase because you look at the next slide and it does it again, okay? So let's just meander over here. Can you see, count the 14s, count the bends on the 14. I can see 3 there, and then the 4th one in the middle of the next bar conveniently takes you up to the end of this bar, okay? So it's the lick played 4 times, but because it's in triplets, it only covers 3 bars. And then we're here now. To get out of that lick, we carry on sort of cascading down the minor pentatonic scale. We're going to pull off from 14 to 12 on the G with the ring finger and index finger. And then we're going to play the 14th fret, which is the root. Play the root on the D string, which is the 14th fret. And can you see how we do that twice? 14, 12, 14, 14, 12, 14. We're then going to roll the finger over to the 14th fret of the A string, and then we're going to go to the 10th fret and shed loads of vibrato. I accidentally hit a pinch harmonic there. You're not supposed to do that. Pause the video if you need to. Again, if you want to see all of that in situ, go to the Facebook group and get the free PDF. Okay? Just a cool little 4-note blues lick to start this. Da 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 da. Index finger on the 12th fret of the G, ring finger on the 14, ring finger on the 14, but roll it down, and then back to the note that you started from. So this next one, it's the last sort of like lick to get under your fingers before two big bends and we're finished. It doesn't really look like much, but once you hear it and you get the pattern in your head, it's a really cool little lick. So I want you to imagine I'm going to split that bar in half, okay? 15, 12, 12. Let's just tackle that first. It's going to go. So coming from other side of that imaginary split. So all of the 15s I'm using the ring finger and all the 12s I'm using the index finger. So at the very beginning of the bar you've got 15, 12, 12. Moving over, we've got 15, 12 and then bend the 15. 15 by itself and then 12. Then we're going to do a position shift up to fret 17. Now bend that with your ring finger, but then put your middle finger behind it. It can be on the fret behind. It doesn't all have to be jammed in the same fret because you're going to do a really big bend there. And then you're going to return to that G note on the 15th fret of the high E string. Pause the video if you need to. Tones. So I'm using Les Paul, neck pickup, volume on 10, tone on 6. I'm using the crunch channel on the Boss Katana with the bass set to 10 o'clock, the middle set to 12 o'clock, and the treble set to 2 o'clock. Splash of reverb, and it's on the 50 watt setting. You want that sort of creamy woman tone kind of thing. If you're playing a Strat or something like that, neck pickup, roll a little bit of the treble off. You want enough distortion where it kind of sounds creamy, it doesn't sound like a wasp in a jar. So actually less is more. A lot of the amplifiers at that time, people sort of romanticise how distorted they are. It wasn't, it's just the sheer volume that's creating a lot of the distortion and a lot of the sort of guts of it. Okay, I'm not saying you have to practice it at 200 decibels, but use it more as a thickener and adding sustain rather than adding mega distortion, okay? And the neck pickup should help you with that. You can get the free PDF from our Facebook page. If you like the video and you'd like to see some more stuff like this, let me know in the comments and like and share the video. It's much appreciated. I will see you next week for another lead guitar lesson. Thank you so much.